Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Women will look for a man to free them sexually. Women will look for a man to free them sexually. This is very important, because so much I'm repeating stuff. Anyway, right? Understand, like in my last episode, I was talking about like people being programmed. Now, when we talk about sex, what's the general programming many men have is that women don't want to have sex, or they got to force a woman. That's programming, y'all. That's programming, and that stems from the programming that women are supposed to be chaste and innocent and all of that. Heck, it's part of the reason why so many men have a problem with a woman's body count. And that programming comes, once again, that's more of a cultural, based on religion. And, it is what it is, but it's still programming. Because the thing is, because of that programming for men, okay, the woman's supposed to be chaste, and for women, they have to act like it, then the women are actually holding back. They being repressed sexually. I've already talked about sexual repression in men, but let's focus on the women for this episode. Like the women, they got to hold back. They got suppressed themselves. But the nature of women, let me tell you something with women. If women at their most natural are very orgasmic, it don't take anything special. Shoot, you can touch a woman any place. Her whole body's in an erogenous zone. But that's the natural thing with the programming and the mask and everything. They got to hold that back. But they still got that drive within them. And it's always within them. On a subliminal level, and even sometimes on a very conscious level, they look for the man who can free them. Now, I've talked about Mr. Goodbar. That's the highest level of select man, the man with that raw sex appeal. One of the reasons he appeals to the woman is he frees them sexually. And part of that, to take it back to my last episode, when I was talking about programming, they're more free of programming than most males. That was their key. So because they're free, they can allow the woman to be free. Or like as some street players might say, they can bring the freak out in her. But that's what they look for on a deep level. Now, of course, they can't always find it, except for the ones who dip into what I call the sexual shadow world. But that's one of the main reasons that they dip into it. Really, the sole reason, really. They can be free. They can do all the freaky stuff they want, the kinky stuff if necessary, whatever. And then the men in those worlds are not judging them. That's why it's a secret. It's a secret, more of a secret thing. But they look for those men. They look for signs in those men. Now, I know some guys will say, well, what can I do? You can't fake it. You got to be free yourself, and they'll pick up on that subliminally. Because as I've said several times, women looking at every single thing about you. So if they meet you and you are truly free within yourself and you are sexually appealing, then they will have an attraction for you. If you're free yourself. And trust me, they can tell you can't fake it. Let's put it like this. You either are or you aren't. You got to be free yourself. You got to be comfortable with her sexual nature. See, that's one of the things. Like all these guys who complain about a woman's body count, give it up. You won't experience that side of women, because that's a judgment right there. That is a strict judgment. And whatever reason you have to judge, okay, that's on you, but don't expect to see that other side of women. Or if you like judge, and really it goes beyond that. If you judging a woman because, well, you know what, her butt ain't perfectly round, or her breastises, on a certain cup, or she doesn't look like that IG model or cheerleader or, beauty queen, that can repress them too. Now, the guy who accepts that and sees the beauty within them, see, boom, that's the thing. That's the thing. You know, you can go a long way. But women will always look for that. They always looking at a man. They always examining him. And then, you know, of course, they're going to respond to him accordingly. Indeed, those are the type of women who will throw it at certain men. Those are the type of women who they will knowingly cheat on an otherwise good man just to have it. And they can still love their boyfriends or husbands. They can still love the guy. Like, and generally, hey, you know what, even enjoy the sex with them a little. But the man who can free them, that's who they ultimately want. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. And they're always looking. They are always looking. Now, I know some guys that hear that and they want to judge that and everything. Okay, cool. You're still in your programming if it works for you. But you get some other guys, well, how can I do it? Well, I just told you. But for a man to even get to that point, he first has to free himself. He first has to free himself. Then once he frees himself, then he can free the women that he encounters. You know, and part of that, just a basic part of that, no judgments. And not even judging yourself as a man. See, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. And understand when, and even when I talked about the select and non-select, I've always said that's a sexual hierarchy. Who do women want to have sex with? And it's not always about his aesthetics. That plays a big part. But it's about his mindset. How much he enjoys sex. How free is he sexually himself. Boom. Boom. It's a powerful thing. And, you know, and one of the things, we're going to have problems in this culture with relationships until we really get into sexual dynamics. Really get into it. Because it's always going to come, if you're talking about, see, if not for the sexual side of it, it's a platonic relationship. Those are easy. It's easy being in the friend zone if you think about it. But do men want that? Men complain about that. When men get in the friend zone, I'll just say, look, if somebody asks me, well, why she do this? You ain't turn her on sexually. You ain't turn her on sexually. So that's, I mean, I want y'all to think about that. It's a simple thing. It is a simple thing. You know, as a man, you got to get comfortable with your own sexuality, your own sexual needs, and then get comfortable enough with yourself. That way you can let a woman be who she going to be. And indeed, I've had some guys ask me, how do I get into the shadow world? Well, I just told you. I just told you. In fact, I told you a lot in here. I even said within this video, a powerful, very powerful seduction tool. Very powerful. You can get more women than you know what to do with, honestly. I just told you, I ain't gonna say what it is. I'm gonna see who actually pays attention to my videos. Oh, that's an aside. I'm one of those, one thing I say about my videos, because y'all notice, like my car videos, they can go maybe 30 minutes. But y'all knows if I'm doing a video like this, it's usually like 10 to 15 minutes. Like a 15-minute couch video is a long time. I'm one of those people, you gotta watch everything, because I throw out a lot. Shoot, I throw out a lot of Easter eggs. I throw out a lot of gems, and just casually. Even those people, even those guys who like keep asking me about the sex worker thing, I throw it out all the time, virtually. I throw it out one way or the other, different forms. I always throw it out, and I say you just gotta listen. So, anyway. Just keep that in mind. Just overall, women will look for a man who can free them sexually. Keep that in mind. All right. So that's all I have for now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.